Hey, wow.
Hey, everybody.
How's everybody doing?
Welcome to a very special edition of Find Your Beach,
With
live
Andy
from our
Haynes
car.
And Rosebud Baker,
Live
from our subletter's car.
The Forester.
Yeah.
The Forester. You guys,
Put your window up, Andy.
we went on an adventure. And it didn't help. It didn't help at all. No, I'm kidding.
No,
it was
it
great.
helped. It definitely helped.
We went up to the
Antelope
Valley Poppy Reserve. If you're watching this on YouTube, apologies for possibly bad video quality. I don't know.
Well, it could be pretty bad. I mean, we're driving. There's nothing securing the camera to the dashboard. This is a real hack job.
Do you know what I feel like? I feel like the Asian kid from Goonies. Like I concoct inventions all the time.
Yeah, you are.
I used a mask from the what do you call it? I used mask. I used an old mask. That we found in the dirt. Yeah.
Sorry, it's a little fucking hot in this car.
It's hot, and that's gonna probably be loud especially for the YouTube listeners.
Yeah.
I think that you guys will be fine there on the radio. But anyways, we went up and we went to the Poppy Reserve. We wanted to see if we could make heroin.
We were trying to make some heroin.
Here's the thing, we're sober. We're completely sober.
But we do sell heroin.
And also, I think if you make your own heroin, that's
it's
okay,
fine.
Right?
That's organic heroin.
That's not going out.
Yeah.
We didn't go out and buy heroin. We made it.
It's grass-fed.
It is grass-fed.
Literally, we sell grass-fed heroin in the middle of a global pandemic, and we're just trying to keep the numbers up on the opioid epidemic. You know?
I feel like the opioid epidemic is actually kind of like, everybody's like, think about the service workers. Think about the...
and it's like, hello?
What about your local heroin dealer? Have you thought about him lately?
How about us?
Yeah. So, if you guys want to donate to our GoFundMe for local heroin dealers...
Please do.
All it is a secret GoFundMe that we buy heroin with.
That's pretty much it. And, that we buy it? We're buying it?
Yeah, I'm letting the cat...
Are we buying it or making it?
I'm letting the cat out of the bag.
Premise.
I'm letting the cat out of the bag.
Okay.
Rosebud is very done with me today, guys.
I'm not.
If we crash this car
I said
and
two
I
things.
die...
Here's the thing. Andy, I made
mad.
fun of you a little bit.
She's legit
and
mad
you
at me.
start acting like I'm an abusive wife.
She is.
Unbelievable.
She abuses me, you guys.
It's crazy.
She doesn't like to be called out for it because it flips the dynamic.
Ugh.
Flips the dynamic, and she hates that.
Well, first of all, it's not accurate. What I don't like is that it's not accurate.
Wow. You seem really upset. Do you want to talk about it?
I do want to. I do want to talk about it.
You know what I forgot?
What?
We need gas.
Shit!
I'm gonna go get gas.
God damn it!
Will you do me a favor and
stop being a bitch?
That would help a lot. But if you could just do me the solid of keeping the podcast going.
Yeah, sure. I'll keep
you know
the
what?
podcast
This is
going.
your chance to get all that shit
Say
off.
what I want to
Yeah,
say?
you'll have a good 5 minutes to say exactly what you want to say.
Okay.
I feel bad for this. Should I put the mic into the camera?
Yeah,
you
should.
better sound? Okay, 1 second.
All right. Anyways, you guys, what I'm saying is that
I'm still here.
Oh, you're still here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'll just hold on to that for a second. No, I don't want to go behind his back. Here's the thing. Andy... And I can't do anything about it because I love him. But I want you guys to know.
Little bitch,
he is a little baby bitch.
Here's the thing.
A little baby bitch boy.
I will call her out for making fun of something for me. And then she'll be like, how dare you?
No, because you'll call me out in this way that's like, oh, she's really mad at me.
I don't think you're mad at me.
You just said I'm done with you today.
You are. That doesn't mean you're mad at me.
You took me to a poppy field. Why would I be done with you?
She shows no joy. She's been watching documentaries about the NFL and telling me to leave the room. When it goes to the locker room section and they're like sweaty, and it's some guy named Lamontrius.
It wasn't. These black names that you're coming up with
are great.
Are getting more and more out of control.
They're great.
Can you put gas in the car, baby?
Yep, I can. Will you don't say anything that you're going to regret, because I will go back and listen.
No, you won't.
I probably won't. All right, I'll talk to you in a minute. It's going to get hot. Do you want me to roll down the window?
Yeah, roll down a window so that way you can hear everything.
All right. See you guys in a bit.
Okay. Anyways, you guys, we have been, we went to a poppy field. It was out in the middle of nowhere. We stopped on the way there at an animal shelter because I've been trying to convince Andy to, well, I'm not really trying to convince him. He's fully down to get another dog. I'm like trying to convince him so that it feels like someone was talking me out of it. So that way, when we get the dog, I can be like, well, it was a pull and a tug here. And we really thought it through, when the truth is, like, both of us are 100% in. We want another dog. But I don't know when life is going to go back to normal. And I don't know when we're both going to be back on the road. And when we are, it's going to be another fucking $60 a night to get somebody to watch both our dogs. And can I get you the goo? Are you talking about the hand sanitizer?
Yeah. Do you have it?
I don't have it.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I'll find it. Keep talking.
Anyway, it's right in there. So, when are things going to go back to normal? I don't know. Is it going to be 6 months? Is it going to be 12 months? I read an article today that said it's going to be over by 2026. So we're going to be fine. Everyone's going to be cool. We're going to forget what hugs feel like, and we probably won't eat out. We won't eat a professional meal, before that time. But it's cool. This is sort of collectively, this is the reality we've created for ourselves, okay? We've been canceling plans for years. We've been telling people, oh, we should meet up, we should hang out. We never meant it. And now we're living in a world that we created on our own choices, by our own actions, and there's no going back. There's a bottle of hand sanitizer on my lap, but I can't use it because I have a mic in my hands and I'm the only one holding this podcast together at the moment. So it's going to have to wait. Little update on the Singapore guy, the one that's stuck in the Singapore hospital. He is still there. I reached out to try to get an interview with him. He has shitty Wi-Fi, and I don't know if he's going to get my message even, but hopefully he does, because I'd love to talk to that motherfucker. Oh my God. I can't imagine being stuck in a fucking hospital with no symptoms, but you're testing positive over and over again. Especially when the test is only 70% positive. I'd claw my own eyeballs out. I'd just rip my own eyes out, throw them on the floor so that I could live in the darkness. So that I could see nothing. And then I could imagine my home. Because if your eyeballs are on the floor, it doesn't matter where you are. What?
Can you grab the key?
Yeah. Andy's back. He got a rock star. He got a sugar-free rock star. We're raging.
I love a rock star, you guys.
He loves a rock star. I'm not a big rock star fan. I'm more of a Red Bull girl. But that was when I had a life and I was outside, past the hours of midnight or even 9 p.m. Even 9 p.m. would be good. Oh, update, you guys. No coughing today. I know yesterday I was coughing up blood. There has been no coughing today. The vape is gone. Andy gave it to me for a second this morning. But that's because he's an addict too, and he understands the struggle. And if you don't understand the struggle and you don't understand addiction,
fuck you.
Fuck you. I'm not going to explain this shit to you. Okay?
How was the Rosie Power Hour?
It was great. I talked about the guy in the Singapore prison. I talked about...
he wants to do the interview.
Yeah. And then I don't remember anything else I talked about because I was really just filling time. But I'm
like
sure it was charismatic and everybody was listening, and I'm sure everyone was really invested.
The baby in the box is going to be like ready to go to college when quarantine's over.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing I said, is that this isn't going to be done until 2026, which is fake news. Which is what we're here to spread.
You know what I was thinking about was how we were talking about becoming immune. Like, we've probably kicked this thing. We've probably beat it, right?
Yeah.
So...
If we had it. Which we don't know if we did.
I was thinking about our solutions that I was talking about, which were... what were they? They were... we could get Ahmed Weinberg, a friend of ours that we know that had it and beat it. We could get him to...
spit in our mouths.
Spit in our mouths. I was thinking that I would have... Like, I'd punch him first, so he'd have some blood in there.
Yeah.
We could also have him... We could cut little gashes in our arms. We could have him spit in there.
There's probably a less painful way to get blood out of him, but I think punching him is probably efficient.
Do you think it's a bad idea? I think that might be a good idea. If I ask Ahmed to prick his finger with like a diabetes thing, and I have a cut, I'll make a little cut, and then I'll ask him to bleed in that cut.
You want him to bleed into you?
Isn't this what we heard? This is how it works. You get somebody who's beat it, and you have them bleed into you.
We didn't hear about that. We watched a video.
But then I read about it in the New Yorker
Spanish
yesterday.
Flu, or on smallpox.
Yeah, I think it'll work. They were talking about how that's how the vaccine will work.
We're going to get antibodies from people who beat it?
Yeah.
Well, then in that case, we already have them. So you just want to punch Ahmed in the face?
No, I just want his blood in my blood. And
That's understandable. Just say that. Just go to Ahmed. I'm sure he'll understand. Just be like, hey, Ahmed, well, how do you feel about mixing blood?
I don't understand.
Let's mix blood.
Yeah, I want to mix blood with Ahmed. I think that he's a beautiful soul, and I want his blood in my blood.
All right, so just tell him that.
Why don't people get this more often? I feel like people treat you like you're weird when you're like, hey, will you bleed into my blood?
Yeah, I don't know why. It's so weird that people are weird about that.
Are you going to keep the mask on the whole time?
I was going to. We're outside.
We're not outside.
We're not outside. God, that was hot, babe. You sound hot when you're swallowing down a rock star.
I'm a road boy. You know how you're a railroad kid?
Yeah.
I'm a road boy.
Road boys and railroad kids. Hey, guys, remember on the podcast yesterday, was it yesterday, when we were just reading out white slurs?
Yeah.
Off Wikipedia?
We think that's going to be
We think that's going to be our merch.
One of our merches.
We're going to make a t-shirt with just white slurs on it and sell that.
Yeah, it's going to say honky, redneck, peckerwood, brucka,
white trash,
low,
poor whites,
social, what was it? Social class?
Social class in the United States.
Yeah, poor whites, social class in the United States.
Anyway, we were thinking about just selling that as a t-shirt and then just putting Find Your Beach Pod on the back of it. So let us know if that seems like something you guys would buy. We will be selling it to the patrons for a massive discount.
Yeah, it's going to be... Well, VI Beaches get the discount.
And I think it's great because, you know, these are t-shirts that people can only wear inside anyway.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's a quarantine t-shirt.
It's a quarantine t-shirt.
That's going to be so easy to design, too.
Quarantees.
Oh, my God. There's shirts that say... Quarantine.
Go off.
Quarantines. A shirt that has a racial epithet on it only because you wear it inside.
That's right. And it's against the whites anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, we're whites. We can hate the whites. Nobody ever talks about that. Self-hating whites.
Yeah, no one ever talks about that.
Do they?
Yeah.
Who talks about it?
Every white person.
Self-hating whites?
Every white person talks
No,
about
there's like a whole thing where it's like if you don't support Israel, you're called a self-hating Jew, or if you don't support another, you know what I mean? Like I feel like I've never heard that.
You're saying like self-hating whites as if that's like a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
nobody's ever like, "Hey, don't be a self-hating white."
Yeah. Everybody's like, "Yeah, get in there."
Everyone's like,
"You're bad."
Absolutely.
Do you want to try my sugar-free Rockstar?
Yeah, I do.
It's so good.
Give me a little
it's
tasty.
It's my favorite energy drink. Absolute favorite, guys. It rocks, literally and figuratively, and brand-wise.
That tastes like Robitussin.
Yeah, baby. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
You want to see how fucking addicts get down? Vaping, energy drinks, too much coffee, chocolate, sugar,
food,
anonymous sex.
What?
I'm just saying some people might do that.
Okay.
Don't act like you didn't catch a few D's on the down low when you were single and recently sober.
Okay. That's fair. I did get my tits slapped around every once in a while by a Dominican.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I haven't had my tits slapped around, but I have been called a bitch while I was coming.
Really?
Yeah.
Someone called you a bitch while you were coming?
A girl said, "Come for me, bitch," which I thought was pretty cool. But I thought it was funny too. So I started laughing while I was coming.
I would definitely start laughing.
"Come for me, bitch." I was like, all right.
Okay.
Wow. And the funny thing about it is I feel like everybody that has that kind of sex,
yeah,
it's always the secret. You never expect it coming. You know what I mean? Like, you don't see it coming. That's not what I mean. You never expect it while you're coming. You do expect it while you're coming. But, like, I had a friend who slept with this girl, and she literally looked like a mom from, like,
Idaho.
Happy Days. You
Yeah.
know, like, she was just like this really cute girl. She's in West Hollywood. I'll tell you who she is afterwards.
Okay.
But she had like a blog that was about crafting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he fucked her, and he said like mid-coitus, she just punched him in the face. No warning. Just fucking fist face.
Just rocked him.
Rocked him. Like drew blood.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love it.
You don't love it. You'd fucking cry.
Are you kidding me?
If I punched you in the face in the middle of sex, you'd be like, ow!
You couldn't do it because I have you in a full-on jiu-jitsu hold while we're fucking.
Yeah, you kind of do.
We came up with a new position, you guys.
We do. It's called...
Side dog.
No, it's called scissor dog.
Scissor dog, yeah, scissor dog. And we'll let you figure it out, but it's good. It's really good. Scissor dog is a great position.
We're passing this house with like, you guys, we're in the middle of nowhere. Like, we look like this area looks like they
bombed it.
Yeah. And,
well, it looks like the outskirts of Las Vegas.
There's like a bunch of like mansions here that are just the gaudiest fucking things I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is like
columns.
I don't think you know about
like,
this
why
area.
do you have columns? You're in the middle of the desert.
This is Palmdale, and Palmdale is like a trashy, methy kind of, you know, they vote highly. They're like big Trump people out here. It's great.
God, it just looks like new money.
It's completely new money. It's people that made like $1 million selling fencing.
Yeah,
you know?
New money people have no fucking taste. None.
But I feel like some do. Like Frank Ocean is new money. You know what I mean?
Well, then he was surrounded by old money.
But you know what I think it is? Here's
he's
the difference.
been around
I think
it.
it's somebody who didn't care about getting rich. I think artists are exempt from new money because they're more like they're purer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're not just trying to like their addiction isn't money.
Yeah.
You know?
Stars. They're just like us. They have COVID.
Frank Ocean. He's just like us.
He's just like us.
I think I need another nicotine lozenge.
Lozenge. Yeah, they're good.
God, I can't stop with these fucking things.
I think I've had 2 today.
I've had like 4.
The max is 9, right?
I haven't counted, and I'm not counting.
If you're watching on the YouTube, it's only rough because the winds are blowing.
Yeah, Andy's driving is impeccable, and I want you all to know that.
Do you guys want to take an impromptu house sesh real quick just to get the pup involved instead of throwing him near the end? Let's
no. Well,
all right.
I just feel like it's going to get him. He's going to try to climb up front.
Okay, we'll do it at the end.
Charlie is in the back seat, though, and
Yeah.
we'll prove it by the end of the episode. But we got a lot of equipment up here. I got a computer on my lap. He could make it stop, you know?
Yeah. He could fuck it all up. He could ruin everything.
He could climb up here, fart on the keyboard, ruin it.
Oh.
We had to get Charlie's anal glands
We didn't
expressed
talk about
this
that.
morning, which is why this episode is late.
And also, I had to sleep on the couch last night because I farted so much.
Yeah. It was kind of nice to get a couple hours away from each other. I missed you.
I missed you too. I thought it was sweet, but I really enjoyed the freedom of just laying there and being disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't want to smell my farts. I'm not one of those people. But there is nights where I know what I have inside of my belly is like a WMD. Like literally Saddam Hussein's ghost is impressed by my farts.
Yeah.
They smell like a combination of garlic essence and methane gas. I mean, literally tears running down my face.
Just eggs. It's like a compost bucket.
Yeah. I said it earlier. It smells like a concentration camp, and I don't say that lightly. I'm not trying to make light of that. I'm telling you that, honestly, what I should do is when I have farts like that, I should go to retirement homes. I should go to homes for the elderly and fart and see if the German old people, if they get
flashbacks.
Yeah, if they go, oh, I go, you were a fucking guard.
You were a fucking Nazi.
Admit it. Admit you were a guard. I just saw the way you...
You go fart in a nursing home and catch the old Nazis.
Honestly, that's what should have been on this season of Hunters.
Yeah. Your farts. Anyway, so Andy slept. He slept on the couch, and I slept in the bed like an angel with no gas in my body.
She doesn't have it. She doesn't fart. She doesn't poop. She eats the exact amount of food that you need. She doesn't have any excess. Sometimes she farts and little flowers come out. It looks like a Disney cartoon where butterflies are, it's like Fantasia.
Yeah, I fart out little baby animals and then they get me dressed in the morning.
That's so cute.
Thanks.
Oh man, you guys, she puts up she's a real tough broad. But sometimes you get moments of Rosie where she's a real cutie pie, and it gets me because I'm usually at battle with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm at odds with her, like the baby in the box.
Yeah.
Like the baby in the box. Me and the baby in the box have a physical altercation every day.
Did you close the box before we left?
I think so. I mean, I got GPS on him, so if he did take off, I'd know where he was.
Okay, good.
Whoa. Camouflage car sighting. But anyways, that's a physical altercation. Me and Rosebud have the same dynamic, but it's emotional. It's an emotional combat.
Yeah.
And that's health. That's what a relationship's built on. I fucking
love it. Nothing gets me going like an emotional battle.
Oh, you're kind to your partner? Oh, you just encourage them and love them and reassure them? No. You got to call them out on their bullshit.
That's right.
You got to bring up their insecurities.
That's right.
This is like...
Andy and I have the perfect amount... For me, it's the perfect amount of fighting. Like, even if it's like fake fighting, but like giving each other shit and then like being really, really sweet.
Yeah. We fight, fuck, and love.
That's the book that we're going to write.
You know how a lot of people have live, laugh, love? Fight, fuck, love is the one that we're going to have. Actually, I think we should change out love. It's a little too vanilla.
It's a little too close.
What would be fight?
Vape, fight, fuck.
Fight, fuck, vape. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be the two live, laugh, love. No, actually, it has to be another F. Fight, fuck, feast. Is that good?
Feast?
We eat all the time.
I guess, yeah. We do eat a lot.
What's another one?
I need to work out today.
Fight, fuck,
My body's starting to look like just...
forge?
I'm just not impressed by it anymore.
You look great. It's a fucking quarantine. Give
When I
yourself
look at
a
myself
break.
in the mirror now, I see like a lover I'm not interested in anymore.
You're wrong. Every
know?
time I see her sloppy tits swinging around,
Jesus, Andy.
I get as hard as a diamond cutter. I want to fucking harpoon you. I'm Ahab.
This episode cannot go on YouTube.
Yes, it can.
It cannot.
It's gonna go on YouTube.
All right, it's going on your fucking page then.
Why?
Because
I said all this
it's too
dirty
blue.
stuff. All right. You're a blue comic, just so you know.
I am not.
You have a joke about having so much of an ex-boyfriend's cum inside of you that you have a GPS for their whereabouts and actions.
Okay, well, that's not the joke. You butchered it, but yes, that's
What, you want me to tell the joke perfectly?
No, but... hey, look. Did you see that?
Uh-uh.
It was a couple stranded on the side of the road. We should have picked them up.
No, what we should have done
We just
is
don't
we
have
should
two
have
extra mics.
picked them up and taken advantage of them.
Should we go through the McDonald's drive-thru?
No, the other day you ate McDonald's and you didn't talk for 6 hours. You, gave up. You were like, I ate McDonald's and I decided that life wasn't worth it. Do you remember this?
Is that true?
Yeah, you got all sad and weird.
I did?
Yeah, you said I ate McDonald's and I instantly wanted to go to sleep.
That's true. I do. I've been wanting McDonald's so much lately.
I'll make a compromise.
What's the compromise?
Wendy's. I would love a Frosty right now. I would fuck with a Frosty.
I love Wendy's fries.
All right, so is that a good compromise?
I'd say so.
All right, you guys.
And that's how you make a marriage work.
That's how you make it work. This is going to be so exciting if we see a Wendy's. So let's talk about sex, baby.
Let's
talk
Whoa! Can we just...
Yeah.
Wow!
Wow.
It's like, how did we both think of that iconic song at the same time? Who has that ever happened to before?
Nobody. That was a funny part of the other guys when Michael Keaton keeps on quoting TLC.
Oh my God.
I want to talk to whoever wrote that and just be like, hey man, you're smart.
You're smart.
You're smart.
We really think you're smart.
We think
And
you're
we want to know what's in your brain. Tell us what's in your brain. Can you bleed?
Can you bleed in our
Can
blood?
you bleed?
I really think that's a good fix. If you
Can
guys
you bleed in our blood? Please.
You guys, I'm telling you now, we don't need to worry about AIDS or HIV anymore. This is a fact. I know some people that have it. They're fine. They're not fine, but
I mean, they have HIV.
You're not going to get it, okay? This is the main thing. Unless you're getting this blood from somebody who's highly sexually active in like a
You
casual
gotta stop
sense.
handing out medical advice.
This
on
is
here.
good advice.
You gotta
let
stop.
somebody who beat coronavirus bleed in your blood.
Okay.
You don't agree?
No, I agree with you. I'm gonna let somebody bleed in my blood. Okay.
I'm telling you.
I'm gonna let them do it.
Here's what they did. If you don't remember this,
And if any
I think we
doctors
talked
have any
about this.
questions about this, I'm gonna be like, hold on a second.
well, no,
If
actually,
you got a problem with me letting somebody bleed blood in my blood, you need to talk to my fiance.
okay. So, if you are a medical worker, it might just be Meg. Meg might be our only nurse, but I think we also had some people that had doctors as parents. During smallpox, what they used to do is they used to grind up the scabs of somebody who beat smallpox into a fine dust, and then they would blow them up children's noses.
Which is how I made Andy fall in love with me.
Yep. I was like, what's that thing? Ah, my nose burns. Who is that? That's how it happened.
Yeah.
And then I was just thinking earlier about how funny our play that we did last night was. About me telling you your husband's dead. But
Yeah.
that's only for the patrons. If you don't pay that $5 a month, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, you really missed out on a fucking golden goose of an episode.
If you don't pay $5 a month, I mean, I understand everybody's tied up, but you don't have you don't have a nickel a day.
A nickel a day.
You don't have a nickel a day.
To
That's all it
save
is.
to disenfranchised comedians.
Is it a nickel a day? It might be 10
And are
cents
we
a day.
disenfranchised? It doesn't matter.
It does not matter. But anyways.
We're saying you missed a good episode.
So here's what happened. They would blow the scabs up the child's nose. And then later on what they found out is they could take a pus from a smallpox boil, and they would take that boil and they would take some of the goo out of it, and they'd make a small incision, and then they would put the goo in the incision. The person would have a fever for like 3 or 4 days, and then they'd be fine.
Yeah.
And that's what I think we need to start doing. We need to start finding our friends who have tested positive, have beat it, and then we need to start getting them to spit in our mouths,
and
bleed in
our blood.
Cuts, whatever it is, wherever the virus lives.
We need a little bit of it.
Honestly, I might let you fuck Idris Elba if he'll fucking drop a load in you.
Well, that's just going to get me pregnant.
We don't know. He's 50-something.
Hun, trust me.
You think you get pregnant?
If Idris drops one in me, I'm going to turn myself upside down until I get pregnant.
You're just going to do a handstand for a month?
I'll hang myself from the rafters. By my feet.
Oh. Sweetie pie. That's hilarious. There was this episode of what was it called? Of Ray Donovan, where this lady was blowing basketball players, and then she was spitting their goo into champagne glasses and acting like, oh, no big deal. And then what she'd actually secretly done has put something in the champagne glass that preserved the goo, and then she would take the goo and she would sell it to women to impregnate themselves, and then they could do paternity tests and get the money from the NBA players.
Genius.
And that's what I'm going to do.
Genius.
With my own goo. I'm going to impregnate myself. I'm going to clone myself, and then I'm going to sue myself for paternity money. That's a great idea.
That's better than the bleed in your blood idea, honestly.
I'm going to take some of my stem cells from my spine, take some of my goo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to grow my own me, and then I'm going to go to court and be like, I have not been taking care of myself.
This is the extent this is like the reaches that Andy goes to in his mind to think up ways to make money.
And honestly, I could just sit down and write. I could sit down and write and make tons of money. Yeah. But instead I'm like,
what can I do?
How can I One time, you guys, I drove to Utah to try to buy wholesale diamonds. Or not diamonds, crystals. I drove to Utah to try to buy wholesale crystals. You know that crystal we have on the windowsill?
Yeah.
When I bought them, they were like highly discounted. It was like $3 a pound. And I went out there with $1,500, and I went to the same place, and I was going to be like, all right, I'll buy $1,500 worth. Sell me what you got at, whatever the best deal you can get. And not only was she not selling them at $3, she was selling them at $6, and she wouldn't go down on the price. She was like totally against it. And I was like, I drove out here from LA, and she was like, I don't care. I ended up losing money.
Of course you did.
It was such a bummer.
You're such an idiot. God damn.
I was going to sell them at Melrose Flea. Listen, I wasn't very sober at the time. I'd gone through a breakup. I'd kind of distanced myself from the program. I was in a pretty rough shape.
Yeah, that sounds like a post-breakup Andy plan. Your funniest plans come like right after you've broken up with somebody.
In a very climactic way.
Yeah. If we broke up, not that we would.
Nope.
But
never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen. But if we did, do you feel like it would be climactic, or do you feel like it would be like, well, this was fun?
Honestly, I think
and I love you.
I think we'd have some fights and some tears. But I think of like how much we are able to communicate our emotions with each other that we would probably be able to go like,
make it chill.
Yeah, I don't think we'd be petty. I mean, I'm sure you'd say like I'd see a set of yours and I'd be like, oh fuck, that hurts. She'd make fun of my tremor more in a more like acute way.
Yeah,
but
I already make fun of you on stage.
You'd make fun of me like you'd have a bit about like how much you missed a guy that could fuck good or something. You know what I mean?
Oh.
You know what I mean? You'd have a bit about it.
That's not true. You can fuck great.
I know I can fuck great, but you know you'd have a bit about like being happy to be a whore again or something.
Right. Yeah. That would all just be an act, though.
I'd have a bit.
At night, I would be crying into my pillow.
I'd have a bit about how I was never going to love again. Nobody would like it. I would bomb constantly.
That actually was my act for a while this year.
I was pretty happy with with the idea of never being in a relationship again.
Yeah, same.
We both said that on our first intimate moment. Remember that on that car ride? We were both like, I don't think I'm ever going to date somebody seriously again.
Yeah.
And then actually, you know what? I didn't. I think I said I wanted a family someday. And then you said, it was such a tell. She goes, it's the only time I've really ever seen Rosebud be like awkward like this. Actually, she got pretty awkward when she was letting me know she liked me.
I wasn't awkward. I said I like you, so we can't have sex. And then 30 minutes later, we fucked.
In the texting, you were awkward, remember?
Oh, yeah, that was bad.
But she, what was it? She was like, would you ever, would you ever,
That's not true at all. I said, would you ever date a comic again? And I remember specifically this moment because I was like, if you ask him this, ask him like you're asking him on a podcast.
I just could tell what she was doing. I knew what she was doing. And I knew, fuck, I'm fucked. I'm totally fucked.
Why?
Because I liked you. And we were vibing. And I was on season 3, episode 5 of Succession.
Yeah. And you could have come upstairs, but you didn't.
I think it's better that way. I wanted you to get one more slutty night in.
I didn't, though.
I know.
What a waste.
I wanted you to get one more tramp. What would it be? Tramp camp. That should be a thing.
One more night at tramp camp.
One more night at tramp camp. Dude, that's a thing that we should do. Tramp camp.
Mm-hmm.
It's for old women that work in casinos and bars, and they get to go and be whores.
For the weekend. That's another way we can make money instead of writing.
Oh, that's fun.
We could write a movie called Tramp Camp.
Tramp camp. It's where everybody goes to a summer camp and catches gonorrhea.
Yeah.
You know what a tramp really is?
It's a fun-loving summer flick.
Do you know what a tramp really is?
Just a
tramp
sweet,
is
sexy summer comedy.
He's like a hobo, like a drunk. That's what a tramp really is.
Okay, well then I guess those are going to be the guys there.
You guys, is this episode too chaotic? Let us know in the sound off in the DMs.
Yeah. But not in the YouTube comments, because those hurt our feelings.
Yeah, the YouTube comments are... Why is YouTube... I think it's because, like, Russians...
It's a hostile place.
Yeah, Russians and Nigerians and, like, you know, like, just troll kind of epicenters. They congregate there. It's also a culture of trolls.
Yeah. Although, I have to say, I feel like, as far as YouTube comment sections go, the people in my comment section are pretty friendly. They're pretty supportive.
I have actually noticed
Which
that.
means that I don't have a lot of followers on there.
We haven't had a super mean comment on any of them. Like, nobody's been like, Andy looks like he beat AIDS and then AIDS came back and beat him, you know, like, or whatever.
That's pretty accurate. Who said that?
Nobody. I just made it up.
Pretty good.
Pete Holmes has this great joke about how mean people are in the comments, and he said it's like a little girl will be commenting on a dance video, like a break dance video, and she's like, she says, no thanks with these Boreentals. But it's like a little girl saying it, so it's funny.
And you're like, Jesus Christ.
Sorry if that offended anybody. Obviously, I'm a big supporter of Asian Americans and Asians in general. And
especially in the comments section.
And especially in the Pornhub categories.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, thanks.
You know what I noticed about what I really like about Asian porn? I found it this year, so I know this isn't new.
You found it this year?
The guys are totally non-intimidating. It's not these like sleazy buff guys. And then the women are like, they look nice. It doesn't look like a lady that like, you know, like was runner-up for like Reno's like, you know,
Peach
hottest
queen.
Yeah, it looks like a girl that like I would see at like, you know, opening ceremony or something.
Right, yeah. Well, that's nice.
You know, enough of that. We don't need to talk about sexy stuff. I feel like we've been talking about sexy stuff the whole episode, and by we, I mean me.
We've both gotten pretty gross on this one.
I just want you to bleed. I just
into
want
my
you to
blood.
bleed into my blood. Is that too much to ask?
It's not. It's really not.
Do you know, we haven't really talked about this much. We're driving right now, and it's kind of a busy highway.
I can't believe the phone hasn't fallen.
Yeah, it's doing pretty good.
It's insane
I've
to
been
me.
Careful.
That the phone hasn't fallen.
The funniest thing to me is that there's kind of a car going slower than us in front of us, so there's people that keep on having to like pull up behind us, and they must get so angry when they pull up and they notice that we both have microphones. I mean,
they must be like,
that
these
must be
fucking
infuriating
assholes
to see somebody
driving with a
podcasting.
mic in their hand.
Oh man,
disgusting.
I'm gonna go back
Hi.
to junior college. Anyways,
why would you go back to junior college?
I just want to get more degrees. I want to be decorated. I want to have the most associate's degrees.
That's a funny character. Some small town guy. He's like, yeah, I don't want to brag, but I got the most associate degrees in this town.
I don't want to brag, but I have the most associate's degrees.
I got an associate
Washoe
degree
County.
in taxidermy. I got it in cosmetology. I got it in
police
automobile fixing.
What's it? Corrections.
That he just calls it automobile fixing.
Automobile fixing. Car improvements.
Yeah.
I got
furniture removal.
I
have an associate's degree in furniture removal.
I minored in moving, and I majored in truck fixing. Oh man, where are you, Wendy's? Wendy,
Nowhere.
It was like, Wendy, we said your name and you disappeared.
That's what they say. You say Wendy's more than a couple times in the car, you're not going to find one for another 50 miles.
We haven't really talked about this much. We were the first comedy couple, and I know it's not the most, like, obviously, comedians starting podcasts, right? Not a big surprise.
What a crazy thing.
Oh, wow, you're quarantined with your girlfriend,
How unique.
fiance, who also is a comedian. You guys started a podcast.
Crazy that happened.
But I just
what
want
are the
everybody
odds?
to know that we did it first.
Mm-hmm.
We did it first. And yeah, there might be a celebrity comedy couple that started their own, and it's got fucking 48,000 reviews.
Yeah, 680 reviews.
Cool.
Great.
Wow, you can
awesome.
Your person that you call and check in with is Issa Rae. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Great.
Cool.
It's not as fun as ours.
Yeah.
You guys have cats. Do you do howl sessions with the cats? You probably have to pet the cat quietly and do a hum sesh.
Also, how hard can your quarantine possibly fucking be?
You're in a fucking mansion. I've seen your long pool.
Yeah.
I've seen your one-lane swimming lap pool. They got a one-lane lap pool.
Yeah. Okay, so all the money for your podcast goes to charity? Well, guess what? We are a charity.
Yeah, ours does too.
Yeah.
That's like the battered women starting their own charity.
You know what we're going to do?
And doing the fundraising.
You know what we're going to do? Andy's going to punch me in the face, and
Yep.
anybody who joins our Patreon gets to write it off on their taxes because it's going to charity for one battered woman.
That's the new thing. And listen, it's consensual. We don't mean to make light of abusive situations.
It's fine. I actually do because I've been in one, so I'm allowed.
And honestly, if you spend enough time with Rosebud, you'd understand.
Yeah.
You'd understand.
Wait, what?
Nothing?
What'd you say?
Huh?
Okay, you just made yourself unlikable again, Andy.
You said this!
You just fucking
don't throw me
make
under the
yourself
bus.
unlikable.
Don't throw me under the bus.
Ugh.
This is a joke we've said before.
Yeah, but that's That's in the privacy of our home.
I hate it. I hate that something's funny, but people put all this stuff on it. They're like, oh, he's a fucking smoke show of a man. He's so fucking attractive. God damn. It's like Old Faithful when his voice comes on.
Oh my God, I can smell that. It's in my mouth. It's in my mouth.
But you can smell the energy drink, right? We're gonna lose patrons from this episode for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah.
You guys,
For
I don't
sure.
think it's funny that Rosebud got punched in the face, but
It is kind of funny that every boyfriend I've had since then has said that they understood why. Okay? It's a little bit funny.
it's a little funny. Not
If
a
you
lot.
don't think so, that's okay.
It's not a lot funny, but it's a little bit
It's
funny.
a little bit funny.
And don't come at us with some fucking psychological, like, oh, that just means you're internalizing the way you feel about yourself. No, that's
I've
not
had
funny.
more therapy than any of you listening to this combined.
I started therapy when I was 7.
I've processed
and
all of
I
it.
kept going.
I've been in therapy since I was 8.
Somebody just gave us a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having fun.
We just got recognized.
We're podcasting.
And people recognize us.
People like it. People like it when you podcast on the freeway.
They love it. They think it's safe.
I
They
know
think
that
it's
we're
fine.
we're not the first car podcasters. Just so they Adrian and Sarah tape Vag, very funny podcast. They tape it in Adrian's car
Yep.
because Adrian lives in the Bronx where you can have a car.
Mhm.
And I think it's Michelle. Who is it? Who has the podcast with Chris Fairbanks?
I don't know. It's not interesting anymore.
Yeah. All right. Pick
Pick
it up.
Anyways, we're not those.
Pick up the slack.
Okay, we're not those people.
We're not
So,
them.
We're not reinventing the wheel by podcasting from our car, but what we are saying is that the people on the highway are welcoming us, and that's what's important. We're being embraced by
all
our
right.
fellow travelers.
I think that this has been one of the most non-cohesive episodes that we've ever had, but it's been a lot of fun.
I had
and I'm
a
just
ton of fun with
realizing
this.
right now that we need to start putting out the information for the VI Beach dinner. So we love you guys. Let's get this out on a Hal Sesh.
All right.
And
We're going to wrap it up?
Yeah, I think I just realized that we've told them nothing about the times or given them a link or anything like that.
Well, I think we have to move it to Sunday.
But they're expecting it. What if people freed up time? What time is it?
It's 3:12. There's plenty of
That's
time.
plenty of time. Okay. Well, is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
I just wanted to welcome our new patrons.
Oh, yeah.
Let me pull it up on my
I
phone.
think we have 2. But that was this morning, so much could have changed.
So many things could
We
change.
could have gone over $1,000.
We could be at $680 more dollars.
You guys, we still are
Okay,
not.
you guys, we got new patrons. I want to welcome Jack Finnegan.
Jackie Finnegan,
Jackie
welcome to the
boy!
pod, buddy boy.
Welcome to the pod. Welcome to the beach. Happy to have you here. You're going to get an extra episode every week. You probably already got last night's, so you know how fucking hilarious that was. And Ann Layton, welcome to the beach.
And you sweet.
Our new Mahalo member.
Wow.
Enjoy the mozzarella stick video. That was for the Mahalos. It will be released to the VI Beaches as well.
It's already out. It's up.
I don't think the VI Beaches can see it right now from from the feedback that I've gotten.
Really?
I got.
This keeps happening. I keep on selecting VI Beach and Mahalo, and for some reason it doesn't go to the VI Beaches.
Well, don't
Fucking
worry.
Patreon.
The VI Beaches are getting it too. And please enjoy our mozzarella stick video. We made hot flaming Cheeto mozzarella sticks. It's up there. It's hilarious. And it's useful if you know how to cook.
Great.
Did we welcome Brandy Lynn yet?
Yeah, Brandolyn, and I think the other one is Christy.
And Christy
right?
Clark? Okay.
Yeah, those are from
All
yesterday.
right. So you guys, welcome to the beach, our newest members. And I also wanted to say thank you to all of you who have left a review on iTunes. You are the best.
You're the very best.
You're the fucking very best. And I want you to know that you're helping the podcast get discovered by others. Every time you leave a review, you are truly changing our life.
And you're going to be in history. When we reach, $20,000 in Patreon money a month, we're going to be like, you guys remember when? You guys remember when Jack and Brandolin,
when our
Meg,
first,
all of us were just house partying together.
Our very first VI beaches.
Yeah.
And we'll welcome you into our ranch.
You guys will be canon.
You'll be canonized.
Canonized.
Does that mean dead?
No, I think it just means like cemented in history, kind of.
Okay. All right. Well, yes, then that.
Well, having said all of that, let's get out of here. Well, first of all, wash your hands.
Don't lick your lover's eyeballs.
And don't spit in their mouths unless you're in a consensual relationship.
And don't bleed in their blood unless they've already beat it.
Yeah, make sure pus is not part of coronavirus, so I'd be very careful if you're dealing with pus, okay?
Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3.